souls, and thank you for joining me for pile 3 with the Prehnite here. Beautiful green crystal, really meant to help cleanse that heart chakra, right? Really bringing bountiful love and helping to clear any whoa, what happened there? To clear any stagnant energies that have come into your heart space. So the Prehnite is really a beautiful stone. It's also a stone of abundance as well, just to attract abundance and to really, like I said, clearing out old wounds and healing of the inner child. So pile 3, I hope you're all okay. Well, I wasn't ready for that, but thank you. So pile 3, I hope you're all doing very, very well, and I hope you're feeling good. I'm starting to tune in to your energy, and I feel a lot of sad energy. A lot of sad energy. Hold on. Maybe that's just for some of you. I'm hoping. I'm feeling a lot of sorrow, a lot of grief. For some of you, a lot of anger as well. Confusion. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So Spirit, what messages do you have for, okay, and that's pretty much it. That's 4 cards. All right. So that didn't take long, right? Spirit knew exactly what you wanted to say. Okay. Yeah. So we have the High Priestess. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. And we have the Hermit in reverse. And the King of Pentacles is also in reverse. Okay. Yeah?
Mr. Crackerfoot said, stay off my lawn since he was happy and he was...
Sorry about that, guys. I was interrupted by my 4-year-old there. So, okay. So we have the High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the 2 of Wands in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. So, so just going back to what I was tuning into while I was shuffling, I definitely feel like some of you are very sad. Okay, something has happened. Something has kind of turned you upside down. A situation has happened and you feel just totally upside down. Although the High Priestess is, upright, I feel that for some of you, you feel like you're total out of balance. You are waiting on a decision. You absolutely are just so confused. You don't know what is the right path to take. And, you've slowly been making your way towards that path, but, and you've tried to, go within yourself a few times to, take away life lessons and really determine what path that you need to take. But I feel that some of you are just completely overwhelmed, I'm hearing, because you might be having, while you're trying to make your mind about this decision or about this path that you need to go on, maybe something else has now happened and it's just completely thrown you off, derailed you, and you're like, what? Like, I was going to be doing this, and now it's like something has happened, and I really don't know what the right decision is. I really don't know what the right thing to do is. You just feel very stuck and very confused and unable to move forward right now with whatever it is that you felt was the right way. And so although, like I said, although the High Priestess is is upright, I feel that it speaks that, you know, you're a very beautiful individual, highly intuitive, but right now you're at a standstill because you just don't really know what to do, and you feel like you don't really want to speak to anybody, to someone in particular, maybe to anybody. Maybe you just want to do it on your own. You don't really know what path to take. It seems like any path right now is just not the right path. So you're feeling just really stuck, and you just kind of want to get away from it all. I'm hearing you don't want to do this anymore, but hey, no decision is also a decision that you're taking. Just putting it out there, okay? So I just want to clarify this Two of Wands. What is this decision about, Spirit? What is this decision about? This one? The Emperor. Okay, so it could be a decision about your family, okay, and about someone in particular, right? So for some of you, it's a decision regarding your family. For others of you, it's really about someone in particular. And this person, I'll tell you, is just not grounded right now. This person is not grounded. You know, although they, you know, exude this, you know, very strong, like, feeling, this person is not balanced right now. So maybe that's the reason why you're unsure whether or not you're going to go towards them, because you probably know that this imbalance may start to affect you as well. Or, you know, I'm feeling like there is a lot of love for this person, but I don't know when. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Strength. Yeah, so this situation is calling on you to have strength, okay? There is a lot of pent up energy here. A lot of pain, I feel. And you've been having trouble with strength. So you're like, I don't know if I have the strength to keep going like this. Like, this is just killing me right now. Not being able to make this decision towards this person or towards, you know, this family situation in general. It's just killing you. You really, like I said, you really do see that this person is very bountiful, very abundant, and very strong too. Like, this is a very strong person, but you're also waiting on this person to make their own decision. I feel that some of you, the reason why you're stagnant is because you're waiting on someone else to make a decision, and it doesn't look like this person is ready to make that decision. Although they're strong, it doesn't look like this person is ready to make that decision either. Whatever this decision is to be made about. I'm gonna ask Spirit again. Spirit, what is this decision about? Thank you. Page of Pentacles. So this is really about a decision about your future, and about how they're going to be able to, how you or they are going to be able to move forward in this. I feel like there's a little bit of immaturity here. Someone is a little bit immature in their decision making. You know, someone is worried that they may lose themselves, or that they may lose what they've worked hard for, in trying to pursue this situation or in making this choice. So at the bottom of the deck we have the Star. Yeah, so there's a lot of emotions right now, a lot of emotions. And even with the High Priestess, like with the water, there's a lot of tears I'm hearing, okay? So maybe you feel stuck, you feel like this person is not paying attention to you, they don't really care about how you feel, they really just care about them. But I can tell you that this person is also torn inside, that they also have their own mental struggles that they're kind of dealing with right now, and that maybe some of them have, you know, shied away from everybody else and trying to make this decision, and they're just kind of relying on their inner strength right now, just saying, you know what, like, I'm gonna wait at the moment. I'm just not ready to come forward and do what I have to do, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it all out just a little bit longer to see kind of what comes out of that. So yeah, that's what I feel for you guys right now. So I'm gonna pull some cards from the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck, okay, just to get some more clarification and information. So Spirit, do you have any other messages or guidance for, oh, okay, this one and this one came out. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. So you guys got joy and you got new beginnings. Oh, that is so beautiful. So like I said, yeah, I feel like some of you have been stuck in a period where it's like all I'm doing is crying, is what I'm hearing. All I've been doing is just crying and moping and withdrawing myself from everybody else and the beauty of the world, because I'm just so busy in my own head crying about the situation that is not working the way that I wanted it to, because there's immaturity here, and I feel that there's a maturity on both parts. I feel that you both have worries and concerns that are not necessarily founded very solidly. I think this is just part of your own fear, part of your own shadow side that is coming out, these fears that you have. So, but you know, all of this to say that, you know, all of this sorrow is going to bring you into a new beginning, right? And it's going to bring you joy. So I'm not saying that, you know, whatever situation you were hoping for is going to happen. I'm saying that you are going to be able to learn and grow from this. So this is an experience for you in order to allow yourself to grow. Okay. So you see on the background here, there's like two little eggs in a nest, right? I feel like, going back to that immaturity, I feel that some of you do have a little bit of growing up to do and realization that I'm hearing it's not all about you. That's what I'm hearing. It's not about you. And once you come to that realization and realize your own worth, you are going to be able to step into a place of joy, right? So look at these butterfly. So new beginnings, really symbolic of that. That's what the butterfly symbolizes, right? Just beautiful, beautiful, just a happiness, right? There's nothing just more powerful than someone being happy. And I think that the Spirit is calling you on you for that. Like, so instead of looking at it from a, you know, where it's like, I want this new beginning and I want this to happen and I'm just so upset that it's not happening right now, I think that Spirit is calling upon you to use joy, to try and be as joyful as possible so that you are able to step into your new beginning, right? There is going to be definitely an emotional release that has to happen here, absolutely, in order for this joy to come in place. But I do feel that once this joy comes in place, like, you see this beautiful like yellow surrounding the green, I feel that you are going to be able to move into a place of confidence where your heart chakra is also very opened, okay? This confidence is going to help you reopen your heart chakra. And for some of you, yeah, I do feel that you are very intuitive with this blue, but you have to, and I'm hearing, focus on talking nicely, okay? Focus on good words, on good thoughts, and that joy, regardless whether it's, you know, like, oh, I'm leaving for joy, or like, you know, I'm just happy and I'm just talking in a nice way. That nice talk, that nice self-talk is going to be so important for you to manifest whatever future you want, whatever, you know, movement forward that you've kind of been waiting for that hasn't been happening. So you have to come from a place of love instead of coming from a place of fear. Very important. Otherwise, you know, it's just, it's not going to happen, right? The more you worry about something happening, or the more you want, I should say, something happening, the less likely it's going to happen, especially if you're coming from a place of fear. Okay, if you're coming from a place of love, then yeah, absolutely, you can manifest that, and it's going to be just super easy. All you have to do is to get into that joyful and happy mind frame and loving mind frame, and you're going to be able to manifest what you want. Now, just remember, whatever time frame you're giving this, like, you know, if you are in, you know, trying to manifest things, the universe works in mysterious ways, and it works on its own time. Okay, so what you feel or what you want might not necessarily be what the universe gives back to you. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you're not worthy, and it certainly doesn't mean that that it's not going to happen. It's just going to happen on the universe's time, right? So for some reason, I'm drawn to the Strength card here, because this lady is holding this elephant. My goodness, I don't know, elephant. I don't know why elephant came up in my head. Maybe some of you like elephants, or associated with that spirit animal. But no, this lion, I don't know where I got elephant from. She's holding this lion by a chain, and you can see, like, this lion is a very powerful person. So maybe you feel very restricted right now. For some of you, I feel that you're restricted, and you're not able to move as fast, or you're not able to take the steps that you want to, because you feel restricted by this other person's immaturity, I'm hearing, or by this other person's lack of decision making. So over here I have the Journey of Love deck. I absolutely love this deck. It's such a beautiful deck. It has some amazing artwork, and it's just so uplifting, I feel. Okay, the Christ flame. So any other messages for pile 3? Spirit, any messages for pile 3? Messages for pile 3. Oh, these cards are a little bit hard to shuffle. Here, let me see if I can shuffle them like this. Any messages for pile 3, Spirit? Messages for pile 3. Okay, that's quite a lot of messages. Okay. So, we got a lot of messages from this one. All right. So the Christ flame. So I feel that this is guiding you to your higher power. It's guiding you to your intuition. It's really guiding you to remembering all of the things that you do have. Because I feel like right now you're stuck in a mindset where you're like, well, I don't have this, and I don't have that, and I don't have this. And so this person is just like very, very sad, right? But this is guiding you to really ground yourself and remember all of the beautiful things that you do have in your life. Like, despite the fact that this particular situation isn't happening the way you want it, you still are very abundant. There's still a lot of good things that are happening in your life right now, and you need to remember that, so that you can be a little bit more grounded. The Ancient Ones. Okay, that's a beautiful card. So I do feel that, again, some of you are very, very intuitive. You might, already be talking to your spirit guides, but I feel that, again, this is a call on you to talk to your spirit guides. If you have worries, your spirit guides are there to help you, and they're really there to support you. So I do feel that you have to tune into that intuition a little bit more, so that you can allow your spirit guides to help guide you, and that you're not alone. Okay, I think this is really a card about, you are not alone. We are there with you, I'm hearing. Okay, it's beautiful. Hidden beauty. Yeah. So you are a beautiful person, okay? And I feel like you are taking this very, very personally. The fact that whatever situation is not working in your favor right now. And, it's like, well, I bare my soul to you, I hear, and this is how you're going to fucking treat me. And that's taken a huge toll on your self-confidence. So I feel that for some of you, you don't know how beautiful you are. You are absolutely amazingly gorgeous and beautiful. And you have to remind yourself of that, that you are a beautiful person. the blood dance. So to me, this really speaks about changes and new beginnings, okay? It really talks about stepping into your power and grounding yourself. You absolutely need to ground yourself, okay? And it's not by being like chaotic and letting it all out that you're gonna allow that to happen. You absolutely need to come to terms with your feelings. You need to accept your feelings, because I feel like some of you are just not accepting it right now. You're just not ready to accept it, and you just have all this fire just ready to burst out of you, with all this, for some of you, anger that you have. So, you know, just be mindful of the way that you're harnessing that energy, so that it's not being it's not hurting you, right? Because remember, whatever you put out, it's going to come right back to you, okay? It's going to come right back to you. So just make sure that you are, you know, exerting yourself appropriately and utilizing the right energy to respond to your environment. Don't come out of a place of anger. I see a lot of red. Yeah, so you've got a lot of anger right now, but also a lot, so you need to absolutely ground yourself. And it's not about denying your your feelings, but more so about accepting the situation and looking at it from a different perspective, where you realize all of the abundance that you have, and you're not relying on solely on the situation to remind yourself of your self-worth, okay? You really do need to constantly remind yourself and stop being so hard on yourself. I'm hearing that you are a beautiful person that deserves love, and that you are worthy of everything in your life. The temple, okay, so I feel that some of you might be religious, okay? You might be very religious, and this might be, I know I'm hearing a little hard for you, because it's like you're kind of torn between your religion, your beliefs, and the feelings that you have. You're like, well, no, I'm feeling it so much. Like, how could it not be like this, right? So I feel that's for some of you, you're torn, right? You're torn between, you're torn between your spirituality and what your emotions are. But I think that you need to remind yourself that it kind of goes hand in hand, right? The spirituality is there to help you take control of your emotions and not allow your emotions to speak for you. Spirituality is there to remind you that there's love in everything, that there is abundance in everything, and that the universe genuinely does want only good things for you in abundance. So that's what the universe wants. But you know, through all of these miseries and through all of this self-introspection and anger and hurt, this is how you learn. This is how you become more spiritual. This is how you learn, and this is how you are able to apply those spiritual lessons to yourself, right? You have to go through this pain, anguish, and healing. And I feel like the temple really also is about healing, where you have to come, you have to heal yourself. You have to do whatever it takes to heal yourself, whether it's, you know, going to faith gatherings, you know, and healing yourself through the power of, you know, the power of religion, the power of the Messiah, whatever it is that you believe in, right? Power of God. You know, if you feel that that's going to help, then absolutely, you know, release it like that. Whichever way you feel is going to help you, absolutely do so. And then heart fire, my goodness, so much red. I was saying there's so much red. There's a lot of anger right now, guys. A lot of anger here, and a lot of sadness. Yeah, a lot of sadness, just grief. I'm sending you love. I feel your grief, and I'm just sending you lots of love and light, lots of love and light. I feel that, yeah, for some of you, you feel like that fire has been, for some of you, you feel like the fire has been extinguished within your heart for some of you, you feel like the fire has been lit in your heart and you just don't know exactly what's the right step to do. But again, I'm hearing, instead of dwelling on the past and on the negative, be happy. And then I'm hearing, don't worry, be happy. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so some of you have a little bit of growing up to do, okay? You have to heal. There is a lot of healing that needs to happen here, okay? You need to also love yourself, and I'm hearing, speak more kindly to yourself. Be nice to yourself, and look at this beauty. Like, look at all this beauty. Like, if this isn't, you know, confirmation of your beauty and all of that you have to offer, I don't know what will be. So, you know, you are a beautiful being. You are a being of light, and I feel that you've gone through a situation that has made you really lose self-confidence and lose, like, you're completely out of balance right now. Although, like, yeah, you are a highly spiritual being, I do feel like you're out of balance, and you need to step back into that balance in order for you to be able to take the appropriate decision, okay? And for you to be able to see clearly, okay? And I think some of that seeing clearly is also seeing yourself clearly, okay? So seeing how beautiful you are, seeing how much abundance you're capable of, and how much love you are able to provide, and that, you know, you are worthy of love. Don't let this person or this situation, you know, volatilize, I'm hearing, the way that you love yourself and the way that you care for yourself. I feel that self-care is really needed in here. You know, whether it's, you know, going out on a walk in nature and enjoying the nature, because I am feeling a lot of nature vibes here and here, right? So some of you do need to reconnect with nature in order to ground yourself. But I'm feeling that some of you are just very hopeless right now. Yeah, come to the edge. So that means that you really have to work on yourself, okay? Look at this beautiful person, okay? And she's just so radiant, although, you know, she's dancing on this like really tiny piece that can come crumbling at any point. I feel that you also need to do that. I feel that some of you need to come out of your comfort zone, because, you know, staying in that spot that's just so comfy, where, you know, ego is like, oh, I'm familiar, I feel good here, you're not going anywhere, you're not changing. Like, no, you do need to change. You absolutely need to ground yourself so that you can let your intuition come through, and let your spirit guides, you know, listen to what your spirit guides are saying to you too. I feel like a lot of you are surrounded by spirit guides, or, you know, guardian angels or ancestors, you know, that are there for you. And you just have to ask, right? But right now I feel that some of you are just not, you know, you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. Why? You're such a beautiful person. You are just, I can just see, like, you're just so giving and so caring, and like, you just, I can hear, I just want to be alone. I don't want to be near anybody. I just want to be alone. And that's fine, right? You can be alone. Just remember that your spirit guides are always there with you, even when you are alone by yourself, right? If you want to be alone by yourself, I suggest, really do, that you go out in nature, okay? Go and experience nature. You absolutely, you're, I feel that you're very empathic too, so go and experience nature, and you know, sit under a tree and just marvel in the beauty of nature, while allowing yourself to really reconnect with your own self, okay? With your own body. Feeling you have to love your body. Feel that some of you don't love your body right now. But you are absolutely beautiful. You're a being of light, and you need to remember that. do whatever it takes to bring that love back into your heart towards yourself. And you'll see that once you bring that love back, everything else will fall into place. So it's funny because a change in the wind came out, right? So this really talks about changes, new beginnings. So, but if you want to get to that new beginning, stop molding yourself to what everybody else expects you to be. Okay, don't do that, and don't feel like you have to carry the weight of the weight of the world on your shoulders. You really don't. You're doing that to yourself at the end of the day. So you have to remember what years about your self-worth. You have to keep in mind that you are worthy, and that you do deserve all good in life. So I'm gonna pick a card from the Fairies Lenormand deck now. This one, child. Yeah, so I think I said it. So a lot of you have inner child wounds here. You have to heal. Some of you may have children as well, and it just makes it a little bit of a harder situation. And you're kind of worried about, you know, what can I offer my kids? Like, I'm just in such a crappy mindset right now. What could I possibly have to offer them? But, you know, I think, again, you have to go inwards. You have to try and reconnect with nature as much as possible. Step out of your comfort zone and do something maybe that you're not used to doing, right? And then see how much confidence and happiness that brings you. Yeah, you absolutely need to ground yourself. A lot of grounding that is needed here. Lots of grounding. Okay, actually, before I'm called to, excuse me. Okay. I'm gonna put no back there. So, Spirit, is there any other messages that you have for pile number 3? Any other messages for pile 3? Helpful people, beautiful. So I think that, you know, it's funny because in this picture, all these helpful people are really angels. So this goes back to this card here, which, you know, I was saying that your angels are there and listening to you and ready to help you whenever you want them to. So just ask for that help, even though you're not. It feels like, you know, you want to be a strong person and you don't really like, maybe you don't like asking, excuse me, for help. But in this situation, I feel like you're going to have to step out of your stubbornness, I'm hearing, okay? You have to step out of your stubbornness, and you absolutely have to ask for help, okay? Whether it's from guardian angels, whether it's from people around you, ask for help, okay? It doesn't make you someone who's weak. It doesn't make you appear any less stronger than you are. Just ask for help, okay? And then I'm hearing, we all need somebody to lean on. Okay. Ask your body for a message. Okay, so I feel that some of you have not been honoring your body or respecting your body. So Spirit is really calling on you. Excuse me. Oh my God, this throat chakra. Spirit is really calling on you to, you know, to heal your body. I feel that you have a lot of healing that you have to do, both internally and externally, and that you have to work on that body of yours, okay? Because you haven't really been treating it with love. So ask your body for a message. And you can even ask Archangel Raphael to guide you in honoring and respecting your body's needs. So make sure that whatever you are putting in your body, however you are looking at your body, it is with love and it is with respect, because you are a beautiful person, and don't allow anything or anybody else to tell you otherwise. Okay, so I'm sending you and wishing you lots of light and love. Pile number 3, thank you very much for joining me. That's all that I have for you today. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful souls. Thank you very much for joining me for pile 4 with the citrine. Okay. I hope you're all doing very, very good and you're all keeping well and healthy. So for today, I'm going to be using the Gilded Tarot. Okay. And then I'm going to pick a few other cards from just different oracle decks that I have here next to me. Whichever one speaks to me while I'm going through this reading, I will pick them and in order to provide some additional guidance or clarification. So just put that in there. Okay, so Spirit, what messages or guidance do you have for pile number 4? Messages or guidance for pile number 4. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles, abundance with citrine. Yeah, it only makes sense, right? Oh, there we go, the moon. Okay. Any other messages or guidance for pile number 4? Where are you guys going? What are you guys thinking about? You're in your head about finances. Okay. Okay. So just give me a few moments while I tune into the energies here. Okay. So a lot of heavy energy I'm getting, guys. I don't know what's going on in the collective. I'm hearing I am so worried about money right now. So I'm feeling just so much confusion, so much frustration, so much, like I'm hearing wishing upon a star. Like you want change right now, but you feel like something is holding you back. You feel that you cannot step into that change because something is holding you back. With the 6 of Swords and the Strength card in reverse, I really do feel that, you want to go ahead and make a move and make changes, but you're just unsure how to do that. And the moon really does kind of reiterate that too, that you're just unsure because right now you feel maybe for some of you, the financial situation is very, very confusing. You feel like some of you might feel that your strength comes from your financial situation. And because your financial situation right now is a little bit worrisome, is causing you a lot of frustration, you feel in turn that you are unbalanced, right? And you're like, I just want to get away from this. I want to stop worrying about money so much, and I want to go back into my strength, but I feel like I can't do that because of this money situation. So I feel that for those of you that picked pile 4, the citrine, this is very much about your current financial instability, your current worries, because you don't know where you're going. Like it almost feels like, well, I don't know what's tomorrow going to bring. What's after tomorrow going to bring? Am I going to have enough to be strong? Am I going to have enough to be financially sound? I feel that for some of you, like financial stability, again, as I said, is at the forefront of your strength. Like you absolutely need to be financially stable in order for you to feel strong. And when you're not financially stable, then you absolutely don't feel like you have your shit together. And you're like, I'm done, like I don't know what to do, right? You just kind of want to go away from it all to stop thinking about it. But you know, it's funny, you have the moon here and the moon here. So I feel that for some of you, there is going to be a pretty significant change in the next month. Okay. I'm hearing a month to 2 months. There's going to be a change in the situation. Okay. Where this strength card will be flipped up, you know, the right side up, and you will find that strength within you to keep going. I feel that, again, some of you are just very, very, I'm seeing someone, okay, this is what I'm getting through. This is the message I'm getting through. I'm seeing someone just with both of their hands on their head and just like in utter shock and disbelief and utter frustration and utter anguish because of a financial instability. Maybe you were hoping that you were going to be able to step into a financially stable situation, but you haven't been able to. And so that's causing you a lot of grief. And for some of you, I'm hearing you've walked away from something, and you've walked away from a situation that was not serving you personally. It was serving you financially, but now you've walked away from that situation, and because of that, you feel that you're not strong enough because you've walked away from that situation that was giving you a form of stability, although it really wasn't for you, and it was just a matter of time really until it all kind of came unraveled anyways. So I feel that a lot of you are questioning your strength and your self-worth too at the same time. And for some of you, and this is just for some, okay, I'm just getting that, you know, you may have left your home, you may have left your home life situation because of a third party, maybe because either you or your partner engaged in a third party situations. So maybe that was a reason why you left, and you know, you just kind of took what was yours and you're like, you know what, screw this, I don't need this anymore, I don't need this heartache, I'm not strong enough to keep dealing with this, so I'm leaving. And others of you are really haven't left yet, but you're thinking about it. You're like, you know what, I need to take my shit and just go to where I need to go, not really knowing where you need to go. A lot of imbalance caused by materialistic point of view. So a lot of imbalance right now. You might feel like you got the short end of the stick and you weren't able to, you know, get everything that was owed to you, or you feel like there is more that is owed to you, but you probably just don't know how to express yourself and express that you feel like you're owed more. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling some cards from the shamanic healing deck, healing oracle deck, pardon me. So, Spirit, do you have any guidance or advice for pile number 4? Guidance or advice for pile number 4. Guidance or advice for pile number 4. This one, ancient wisdom, duality. Yeah. So I feel like for some of you, you've known this for a while. Okay. For some, it has to do with the partnership. Okay. It absolutely does have to do with walking away from someone and now feeling like you're not very stable, like you're not very grounded, like you're not very financially secure. Okay. But I feel that some of you, okay, this is for some of you, not everybody. For some of you, you knew that this was going to happen. Like you always had a feeling that this is what was going to happen, because some of you knew your worth and even were questioning, why am I even in this situation? I am worth so much more. Why am I allowing this to happen to me? Why? And I'm hearing it's only a matter of time. So at some point, maybe you have thought that it's only a matter of time until something happens, because deep in your heart, you knew. Okay, you definitely knew that something was going to come to fruition, that something was going to happen. You had a feeling, and maybe some of you manifested it without really even knowing, right? When we have those strong feelings, that just inner knowing, right? Sometimes we're actually manifesting that, right? So all these ideas, all these things that come into our mind, it's, Spirit's way of letting us know these are all the different infinite possibilities. And when we think about a certain thing very, very strongly, well then, we can manifest that, right? So for some of you, I also feel like you are very, very intuitive as well. Although I feel that you've had a lot of headaches lately, okay? I'm hearing a lot of headaches, a lot of backaches, just as my back is starting to hurt now. A lot of headaches, a lot of backaches. You need to clear. I'm hearing the crown chakra right now. Okay, you absolutely need to clear out that crown chakra. There's a lot of purple and blue. So some of you have not been able to speak your truth. Some of you have not been able to speak your truth. And so I just put, I just drew from the Journey of Love deck. So we have the Dance of the Planets and Let the Feminine Lead the Way. So, I'm really drawn to this card because, she is like pulling, it seems like she's got this scarf, right, that's really tightly knit around her neck, and it seems like she's pulling on that. So I feel that for some of you, you are pulling away, and this is really, indicative of the Six of Swords. You're pulling away from something that is no longer serving you, something that has really kept you, I'm hearing stuck. So some of you have put yourself in that situation because of financial stability, and that was really the only reason why. And you see this lady here, she's wearing, like this beautiful golden necklace, or like this scarf that she's unraveling, and then this beautiful dress. So I do feel that for some of you, it's really been about a material gain, and the reason why you were there, not really being truthful to yourself, right? Because this green is, it's not really encompassing her body. It's kind of outside of her body. So I feel that you have not been in your heart chakra in a while, or that this isn't something that has been emotionally fulfilling, where you do feel like, yeah, this is meant for me. This is absolutely for me. I feel that this has really just been about material security for some of you. And, the fact that you're now starting to unravel that is causing you to feel like you don't have enough, or that you're not going to be strong enough to be able to move forward all on your own. But you are absolutely strong. And the one thing that you have to give yourself credit for is that you're unraveling this. Okay, so although you had this financial stability, you had this stability in some way that made you feel so good, you're unraveling this, and you're actually letting your true self shine through. So that is very, very important. Okay, there is nothing more important than being true to who you are, because then just everything else just kind of seems to fall into place, right? So, and some of you might have dirty blonde hair, or blonde hair, or just very light brown hair. This is just for some of you. I'm just getting that. But very, very beautiful and strong. Like, despite whatever you might feel, you're a very beautiful, strong, independent individual. So let that sink in a little bit. Remind yourself that, this financial stability, it comes and it goes, and it's not an indicator of of your strength. It's not an indicator of the type of person that you are. Just because you might not be financially stable, that doesn't mean you're a good person. You're not, that doesn't mean you're not a good person, is what I meant to say. Pardon me. And this financial stability, I think that's why I kind of got mumble jumbled and all the energies that I was getting there. But financial stability doesn't necessarily mean you're a good person, and financial instability does not necessarily mean that you are a bad person. Okay, so you have to be true to yourself and unravel that mask and that whatever has held that stability, right? So it's funny because she's unraveling this around her neck. So I feel that this financial stability has made you feel like you can't really speak your truth. For some of you, you haven't really been able to speak your truth because you're like, you know what? Whatever, I'm financially stable. That's all that I really care about. Material gain, materialistic, like that's all I really want right now. And I'm happy. All these things make me happy. And it's okay to feel happy with things, right? But what's even more important is that, you know, those things are not going to make you happy for a long time. They're going to make you happy right now, but then you're always going to be seeking new things and new things to make you happy because you're not going to be able to sustain that happiness through those material things. That's why you have to be true to yourself in order to be able to sustain that happiness. And I think that some of you are trying to do that right now, and that's good, but it's a very hard path that you're taking right now, whether you're walking away from someone, whether you're thinking about doing that, and you know, where is that going to leave me? I'm hearing. You know, some of you are going to feel like you're shut out, but as long as you're being true to yourself, everything will come back to you. Okay, all this abundance will come back to you, but you have to be true to yourself. Otherwise, it's going to be in your life for a little bit of time and then it's going to leave. Okay, if you are not true to yourself, and that's just spirit saying that's not for you. I tried to tell you, you didn't listen. I let you go on a little bit. I let you have a little bit of fun or perceived fun, but then now it's kind of back to reality, back to square one, back to doing the work. Okay. So unravel that piece of yourself and allow yourself to really step into your own power, into what you want as a person, not what you perceive to be nice because of financial stability. Okay. And then the second card that I got was the Dance of the Planets. So yeah, it's going to take some time. Okay. It's going to take some time for you to get there. And it's funny, there's like another moon. It looks like a moon there, moon or planet, obviously, but there's moon. So yeah, so for some of you, give yourself up to 3 months. I'm hearing up to 6 months. For others of you, okay, to reach that financial stability or to reach that stability, so to speak, again, you are going to have to be dancing around, and there's probably going to be a little bit of you that's going to want to go back, and you're going to feel like you're back and forth all the time, like, oh my gosh, I can't make up my mind is what I'm hearing. But at the end of the day, if you're true to yourself, then you know you are going to know you're going down the right path, but don't do it out of, you know, do it out of a selfless intent. Don't do it because you're trying to gain something from it. Okay, it's not about gaining. It's, I think, about finding. Okay, you have to find yourself, because some of you don't even know who you really are. Like, you've just kind of been morphing, I'm hearing, to different situations in order to allow yourself to have that financial stability, but you haven't been true to yourself. Like, yeah, so message in a bottle. So for some of you, you're gonna be getting a message soon, or you're gonna be receiving some messages. Yeah, you're gonna be receiving some messages from the universe. Okay, and that message is really gonna kind of like open your eyes into your next path. Okay, and I'm with this round and round that we got here, I feel that some of you have been going around and around because of this financial stability, which is now becoming a financial burden. Okay, so get out of this cycle. Okay, and I feel that for some of you, you are coming out of this cycle. For others of you, you're kind of like undecided as to where you want to go, because you're worried about that financial instability. You're like, oh, I really don't want to go somewhere where I'm not going to have money. And you know, that's to be understandable, right? But just be mindful that you're not going around and around, because then you're not being true to yourself. Okay, and then guess what? It's going to happen over and over and over again. This isn't going to be the end. So if you choose to go down this path again, and not be true to yourself, then guess what? You're just going to be repeating, and it's going to be a cycle that will constantly, consistently repeat itself until you are able to step out of it. And to snap out of it, I'm hearing, because Spirit is saying to you, like, you're not making any progress right now. You have to be true to yourself, because you're not making progress the way that you're going right now, and it's really just you doing the same thing over and over and over again because you're in your head about it, and you just, you don't want to come out of this. You don't want to come out of this just yet. For some of you, yeah, it's a lot of confusion. So the last card that I drew here was Yang. This is number 1. Okay, so upright, this is a very beautiful card about, personal power, being able to shine your light. And I do feel that you are a very beautiful individual, a very smart individual, lots to offer, but you just feel like right now you just don't have you don't feel like you have a lot to offer, I'm hearing. But that's because you're not stepping within yourself, and you're not realizing all the potential that you absolutely have. This financial stability, or whatever it is, it might not be finances, it might be something else in particular that you constantly go back to, right? Because it makes you feel good, it makes you feel safe, right? But this thing, I'm just hearing, it's not for you. It's not for you. And yeah, it's gonna, sorry, I screwed up that. I'm really hearing that, it's not permanent. The situation is not permanent. It is going to get better, but it is going to take some healing. And I feel like you do absolutely have to heal. And you inherently know what it is that you have to do to heal. You are a very smart and intuitive individual. You know what it is that you have to do to heal. You've just been putting it off for one reason or another. Again, it's that comfort, I think, that just some of you have just been, just too comfortable in the situation. It's like, nah, I'm just not gonna do it. Whatever, like, I can deal with this for a little bit longer. But Spirit is really saying, like, no, you're going around and around and around. So stop that. Improving health. Yeah, so for some of you, I feel that your health has really taken a toll. Again, with the green and with the purple here, I really do feel like you have to heal your crown chakra and your heart chakra. Very, very importantly. I feel that some of you have had a lot of body aches, okay? And maybe some stomach issues, I'm hearing, just like some stomach issues relating to food. And you haven't been sleeping very well either, and so you've been getting these headaches, and you haven't really been able to think clearly. So you really do need to rest, okay? Rest is what I'm hearing. So in the near future, okay, so that's beautiful. I think this is a confirmation to you that, your angels are there with you, and that you can expect to have good things in the near future. You just have to ground yourself and be true to yourself. Like, you absolutely have to do that. And that once you do that, your health is going to be able to improve. You're going to be able to improve your health, and you're going to be able to feel better about yourself, and you really have that love for yourself, which I'm feeling, again, as I mentioned, that not many of you are loving yourselves right now. Yeah, not truly loving yourself, so to speak. Like, you love the idea of you, but you may not necessarily love yourself or the person that you are. I feel like some of you have been running away from that person because you don't feel like that person is worthy enough. And so you've kind of been trying to mask yourselves and maybe put some masks on, and so that you don't have to face your true self, so that you don't have to go back to that self that you don't necessarily have a good relationship with. But you do really have to look inwards, and you have to heal, okay? Whatever way you were in the past, it doesn't mean that's how you have to be now, okay? Like, every single day we learn new things, and so that helps us shape the person that we are, the person that we become. Don't think that anything is permanent, or that everything is permanent, I'm hearing, right? So it really is about, I'm hearing metamorphosis, okay? So it really is about taking the life lessons that you've learned and changing and applying them so that you can be true to yourself and you can step into that love for yourself, okay? So Spirit, any other messages for, oh, this one, I felt like this one. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Yeah. So so look at this, you know, the way that this light is shining, and look at the way this light is shining. So they're very, very kind of similar there together. I feel that, yeah, you do have some healing that has to go through. I'm feeling like a lot of your energy is unbalanced. If you are able to, I would say try and get some Reiki cleansing energy, okay? Bring yourself back into your power, because right now you're not in your power. You're going around and around and around, and you're not in your power right now. And you are a very old soul. You're very, you know, intuitive individual. And so you have to tap into that intuition, because you already know what you have to do, okay? You know what you have to do. You know what, you deep down, you know your worth. You just, maybe on the surface, you're like, no, I really don't know. I can't do this. I've been able to do it in the past. That means I can't do it now. But no, the Spirit is saying, like, you are able to do it, and you absolutely have the power within you. You just have to be true to yourself and go inwards and really heal yourself, okay? So this is really about healing, guys. I feel like look at all of these beautiful colors here, colors here, colors here. There is a lot of healing that you have to do in order to keep moving forward. And this just popped out. So forgiveness heals, okay? I was just talking about healing, and this, you know, is talking about healing as well. So you have to forgive, okay? Regardless of whether people have been, you know, bad to you, people have not been fair to you, you have to forgive them, okay? And if not for them, at least for yourself, so that you're not stuck in that constant thought pattern of going around and around and around. And again, here, look at this beautiful angel, you know, and like the head is just enlightened, and you see the beautiful purple in the back. So again, this calls for you to really take a rest. You know, this pain that you've been feeling in your head, this pain that you've been feeling in your body and your heart, it's only temporary, okay? And it really is there to help wake you up that this is not a good situation for you. You need to step out of it and really be true to yourself, okay? You have to be true to yourself. So like I said, some of you have stepped out of this situation. Some of you are thinking about stepping out of this situation, but you're just unsure if you're going to have the strength in order to do so. So, yeah. Pay attention to messages, okay? Pay attention to messages, even if they are in the form of synchronicities, you know, angel numbers, you know, driving around and seeing only a certain number pop up all the time. Like, that's a message, okay? That is the divine sending you messages. And for this pile as well, I do feel that you are, you know, your angel is there next to you. Your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, they are there next to you. And this is part of your learning journey. Like, you had to go through this. Otherwise, you weren't going to be able to fulfill your highest good and your highest purpose, and you weren't going to be able to learn from it either. So I do feel that, you know, for some of you, you absolutely had to go through this, right? Because you haven't allowed the path in the past, and now this is, okay, you want it to come out. And this is really, you know, you wanting to take charge of the situation. I'm hearing is really take charge, right? So over here I got the ring, and usually, you know, this is about commitment. So now I'm not sensing that I'm not sensing that there is, you know, a loving commitment here. I'm feeling like you're walking away from a commitment, okay? Like you might be walking away from the commitment, and that this walking away is really going to help you heal, or that someone has walked away from their commitment to you, and now you in turn have to forgive them, okay? Because of the situation. Maybe it was a third party situation. Maybe you found out that someone was not being truthful to you, and so now maybe you're thinking about splitting up, and this is causing you to have, you know, worries regarding your financial stability. Okay, now just take it as it resonates. Obviously it's not meant for everybody. For some of you, it also just shows that, you know, around the corner and hidden away is going to be gold. You're going to find just joy and just utter bliss. Okay, so this really is about keep going. Okay, take the path take the path less traveled, and regardless what people say to you, do what feels right, and be, if you're true to yourself, that's what you have to do. And you know, you are going to step into abundance, okay? You are definitely going to step into abundance. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some inner healing, but you absolutely will be stepping into that abundance, and you have to allow yourself to step into that abundance too, right? So after the situation is over, you know, once it's kind of, you know, reached its climax kind of thing, you know, don't deny yourself the opportunity don't deny yourself any opportunities. I'm hearing any opportunities in general. Okay, but make sure that you are being true to yourself. See the light. Yeah, so I feel like some of you are a little spacey right now, right? Where you're not really seeing that light. You're not really knowing what it is that you have to do. But you know, this confusion has to be here, okay? As terrible as it sounds, like this confusion has to be here. And this is number 33. Like this is a very important number, obviously, right? It's a very strong number too. And it's a divine number. So it's really the divine saying like, look, I'm here through this confusion. Yeah, it's going to make you feel like you're kind of all over the place, but you have to experience that in order for you to be able to see the light. You have to go through this. You have to feel like you're, you know, like you're, I'm just like having this mental picture of someone in a great big glass of jar that's being turned around with ice, and like things are being mixed, and you're like, oh, like in the mixture of everything. I don't know why that came up, but yeah, so even though you're feeling like, you know, someone is spinning that spoon and is spinning you around and around and around, and you might be the person that's spinning that spoon and making you go around and around, that is part of your learning. That is part of you being able to see the light. That is part of your growing. So you have to go through that. That is absolutely something that you have to go through in order to be able to see the light. Okay, so any additional messages for pile number 4? This one, you are not afraid. Yeah, so I think that some of you right now, again, you are not feeling like you're in your strength. You're not feeling like you're in your power. But I think Spirit just wants to remind you that as small as you seem that you are, that you feel, as small as you seem, or as small as you feel that you are, you really are not that small. Like you're super strong, and Spirit is really calling on you Spirit is really like reminding you of that. Like look at this beautiful, like, you know, sunshine in the back. Like, yeah, you absolutely, like, okay, this might feel like an unsurmountable situation. It might feel like you don't have the strength to do that, but you have the divine there with you. The divine is really there protecting you and helping you, and they will help you along the way. But you have to be true to yourself, okay? True to yourself. Like really, you know, this person's not a fighter, right? Like, but just because they're not a fighter, that doesn't mean that they have to be afraid. Do you see what I mean? So they have other ways that they can make sure that this, you know, seemingly insurmountable mountain moves and allows the way for that light, they have other ways. They don't have to fight. They know that fighting is futile, right? Fighting is futile, but there you're gonna find other ways, and other ways are the answers are gonna come to you. I'm hearing message in a bottle. Okay, the answers will come to you on what are the steps and actions you need to take in order to go past this insurmountable barrier here that you feel you have no power against. Okay, so don't be afraid. You actually do have the power within you to get through it. Okay, and you absolutely will get through it. And I do see a lot of light and a lot of abundance in front of you. You might not be able to see it right now, but it is coming, and you are divinely guided and protected. So just be true to yourself, please. Just be true to yourself. Okay, so any messages for pile 4, please? Messages or guidance for pile 4. Thank you, Spirit. Messages or guidance for pile number 4. This one. Okay. I let my intimate relationships be my greatest learning devices for spiritual growth and healing. Yeah, so I feel that, like I was saying, you guys have a lot of healing to do right now, a lot to do with your relationship, or you feel like you may have been dealt an unfair card. But again, this is part of the plan. This is part of Spirit's plan to you, okay? You have to go through this in order for you to step into your power and to step into your true abundance. And it's going to happen very soon, okay? But you have to try and allow the learning to come to you, okay? Whatever seems like it's a burden, it's actually a learning opportunity. So turn that front upside down and understand where the learning opportunities are along the way in these relationships that you've had, okay? The other thing that I'm just feeling guided to say is just be careful who you share your sexual energy with, okay? Sexual energy is very, very sacred. We create etheric bonds with anybody who we share sexual energy with, so just be mindful of that, okay? Don't allow yourself to go from one to one to one to one. Really take the time and be true to yourself before you go into an intimate relationship, okay? And a big part of that is really working on your self-worth so that you understand what you are worth and you don't give yourself freely to anybody, okay? So that was for someone who needed to hear it. I allow people to witness their behavior so I can help them move beyond it. Yeah, so I feel that, again, you feel like there's been some kind of injustice, something that has happened, someone has done something to you, and because of that, you just want to walk away. But, mirroring that behavior to someone that's done it to you will not help them see it, okay? I'm also hearing, like, don't take everybody's word for granted, okay? So whatever people say to you, whatever they're behaving towards you, it's not because of you, it's actually because of them, okay? So don't feel like this has to do with you, or this is your fault, because it's actually a reflection of them, okay? And really, I think that it's not, I'm hearing, it's not up to you to change the world. It's up to you to change yourself and change your perception of the world, okay? So it's not up to you to change the world. Everybody has their own healing, their own changes they have to make, and really, you're not going to be able to heal anybody until you heal yourself, okay? You have to be healed. Stop trying to heal everybody else. Heal yourself first, okay? And understand what lessons you need to learn in order to move forward, okay? Take this as a life lesson. Really do take this as a life lesson, okay? There is always a solution of the highest good. Yeah, so again, don't feel like you're the one that has to have all the answers for everybody, that you're the one that has to fix everybody's problems, or that you have to fix people. No, okay? That is not that's not up to you to do, okay? That's up to the universe and up to that person to do for themselves, okay? If that person can't see the highest good within themselves, then it's not up to you to do that and up to you to kill yourself over it, I'm hearing. So, I do feel that there is a lot of healing that has to take place, okay? You have to heal, and I'm hearing stop focusing on others, focus on yourself, okay? Stop trying to fix everybody else's problems, because this is kind of an escape way for you to put your problems away and not have to deal with them, okay? Deal with your problems first. Stop trying to deal with everybody else's problem or help everybody else through theirs, okay? I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of all my fears. So yeah, there is a lot of fears right now, a lot of worry, right? Over the changes that are kind of happening right now. But once this healing starts, you're going to be able to understand the difference between your ego's voice and your intuition. And the difference is going to be that you're coming from a place of fear versus a place of love. So ego is really that, that familiar, I don't want to change, this is just, change is not good. I'm used to this. This is okay. I can deal with this. I'm fine with it, right? And that's really ego talking, and that's really fear, because the fear of the unknown, the fear of the change, right? But that first gut, and again, some of you are just very highly intuitive. Some of you know exactly and have known for a very long time. You've just been putting it off because you're like, oh well, that's just my worries, or that's just this speaking. But if that was your first reaction, then that's the truth. Okay, because that first reaction was probably not based on fears. That first reaction was based on your intuition. And then you started getting into your head about it and changing that so that it could mold towards what you wanted it to be. Okay, so make sure that you take the time to heal, okay? Take the time to heal those emotions. Take the time to heal yourself again. Go and do something that feels good to you, something that makes you feel good. And you don't need to do it with anybody else. You can do it by yourself, okay? I feel that some of you always feel the need to be with someone else, or feel the need to have someone there with you in order to heal. But I think this is something you have to kind of come to terms on doing on your own. And just taking the time away by yourself and being comfortable with yourself, I'm hearing, because some of you are just not happy in your own skin. So you have to be comfortable with yourself in order to be able to move forward and in order to heal. And once you've healed, you are going to just be thrilled and amazed by all the infinite possibilities that are coming your way, that you will be able to take a part, to be part of. But you absolutely do need to heal and to forgive. I'm hearing lots of forgiveness that had to happen. Again, you're not forgiving for that. You're not forgiving for the reason of, letting that person off the hook. It's not about that. It's about you forgiving so that you are not letting that person occupy, or that situation occupy so much headspace within your head to the point where you're just so confused and you're going around and 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 around in circles, right? So I'm sending you and wishing you lots of love and lots of light. And that is all that I have for you today. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.